Book Club listeners, thank you so much for joining us. We're here with Dr. Josh Taylor. We're going to get to discuss this text from scratch for our spring 2024 Spark a Change. Spark a Change is intended to inspire you into action, reflection, exploration, and discussion. Please join us for our 4 different events across our Tri-County system, April 20th to April 22nd, meeting Tembi Locke. She's going to have an author discussion about her text, and we're so excited to have her. So please join us April 20th to 22nd at our 4 different events where we get to invite Tembi to our community. Okay, Ken, what is your best piece of advice for someone planning a trip to Italy?
So do a lot of research and reading. Another thing though is don't be afraid of making mistakes. You're going to try things and some things will work out and some things won't. A big advice would be try and do as much locally as you can. There are absolutely a lot of things that you're going to want to see that are going to be very tourist heavy. So if you're in Rome, like going to the Colosseum, there's no way around it. You're going to be there with a ton of tourists. Really treasure the moments and seek out the moments when you can be more local. At least try to converse however much you can. For anyone who is traveling, it's I think something say yes to the opportunities, even yes to the opportunity to travel. And so you can see how that changes Tembi's life just by saying yes as a college student to going to Florence. But you also see whenever you're in those small moments, like when you have no idea where you are, instead of closing off, just going ahead and asking the person that's walking by, hey, can you help? I have no idea where I am, where I'm going. And again, there's always going to be language barriers. There's always going to be opportunities for failure and miscommunication, but just embracing that as part of the adventure, and it's fun. And yes, you may not know exactly where you're going all the time. I think with technology now, it's way easier than it's ever been. It's okay to not know. It's okay to just explore. The part of learning is just this saying yes and then seeing what comes.
That's so beautiful, because you're so correct. Drawing it back to from scratch and Tembi's story, it all started with a yes. And yes, there's this deep adversity and there's this deep grief, but she has a beautiful story and she's so resilient.
Yes, and resilience, part of resilience is built from lots of experiences where you don't know the outcome, and yet you take those first steps anyway. It's also recognizing, I think with resilience, is recognizing that heartache and pain and sadness, those are absolutely a part of the human experience that can bring beauty, but it's entirely in the way in which we approach it or respond to those crucible moments in our life. What I love with From Scratch is it's a push back to share that there are deep moments of sadness and grief, and that the beauty in life is actually usually a companion to those experiences and the meaning and depth that comes from those experiences.
That is so beautifully articulated. Thinking about our book clubs for people who are going to read this text, who are going to be inspired and going to come to events and hear Tembi speak, if you could give them a nugget of wisdom, what do you think that would be?
The text itself is a great model to walk through of how do we work together through grief, how do we create community together. And so I would say, 1, it's okay to take things slow. That if I were leading this book club or doing this with some friends or maybe even people that I don't know as well, just recognizing that we're probably going to stumble onto some things that hurt. And that those things might pop up and you might not have been expecting it. Also, be creative. So this book centers food in the process. So cook together, eat together. One of the things that Tembi said that I thought was a lot of fun in the book, she said that Saro considered herself Italian where it mattered, or as any Italian would at the dinner table. And so let's do that together. I hope everyone really enjoys the book.
To watch a cooking demonstration of a recipe from our Spark a Change title, From Scratch by Tembi Locke, click the video link titled Exploring From Scratch Recipe. For an immediate download of From Scratch, click the link titled From Scratch Instant Download. To find out more about our upcoming Spark a Change events in your community, click the link in the description section of this video. Thanks for watching.